reputation. One day I told God, wait, excuse her. Excuse her. How you take find me? Because I'm not in the scheme of things. The last time I remembered, I was in Delta State living there with my parents. So how did you find this girl? One pastor was telling me about something and he said, no, you're going to bring down my reputation. I said, you've got no reputation. You've got no reputation. The day you start, the day it occurs to you and you start thinking that you have no reputation, that's when you start following God. Because see, your reputation will be trampled on. Reputation is only God's own. They were noble men. He didn't choose them. He chose you. You think God was foolish? God chose you instead. Because it's deliberate. It was a deliberate act. He proposed it in his heart before he chose you. Then 5, I say, he chose you so that you will be holy and blameless before him in love. He chose you so you'll be holy and blameless before him in love. You can check Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 6 and Ephesians 1:4. 6 says, he chose you for a high calling of priestly work. Now everybody here is a priest. How many of you know that? How many of you know you're a priest? Now, not a Levite now, and not an Aaronite, but you are a priest. How many of you know you are a priest? Now I'm going to teach that someday. We are all priests unto the Lord. Standing in the priestly office like standing in your place of authority as a believer. So by default, every believer is a priest. But you are not a Levite. So the Levites are those who God called to approach before him on the altar. And then we have the Aaronite, who are the high priest that stays on the altar. But we are all priests. Because when you stand in your place of authority in your family, and then you begin to pray, fellowship. Now let me tell you something. You see that moment I was telling you about the love of God and just loving on God? That's where the power comes from. You see that moment I'm talking and I'm hearing. Let me tell you something. If God wants to answer me, this is a pastor's conference. He breathed on me. Sometimes you see me shake like this. He breathed. His response comes with breath, with the I don't know how to explain it, but anytime he responds to me, it comes with power. So it is the power that shakes me. Power hardly shake me. For a power to shake me, it must be huge. So anytime God is speaking to me, anytime you see me shaking, something just came. Sometimes when it's too much, I shout, Jesus. Many of you who pray with me will understand what I'm saying. So you see, now, so every time God speaks to me, it comes a lot of power. So when I'm there with him, when I'm leaving, that power is with me. I'm carrying it already. So I'm carrying it everywhere I'm going. The power is with me. And then the fragrance of his presence had rubbed off on me. So when I go anywhere, the fragrance is just, the perfume is just everywhere. Just like here now. Thank you, Father. Love you right back. You are the chosen of God. Just you. So you can walk blamelessly before him in love. Many of you are saying, I don't know about this calling. You are called. Get used to it. And it's real. And let me tell you the fortunate thing is that if you refuse the call, it's okay. God will use someone else. But you see, you and your household, according to Mordecai, you will suffer. It will be better for you to just die and say, God, let me just die, than not to answer the call. You know why I said God brought you here today? I love you, Abba. Now listen to me. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6 says, for you are a holy people, the Lord your God has chosen you to be a people for his own possession out of all the peoples of the earth. Out of all the people of the earth, he chose you. You're not grateful. Before I wasn't grateful anyway, so let me not even scream. I wasn't grateful I was called because I lacked wisdom. And for all those times I was not grateful. Father, thank you for forgiving me. Because I was foolish. Because I didn't have understanding. Because nobody taught me as I'm teaching you now. So you are called. Tell yourself I'm called. Some of you are not saying it. No, pinch yourself. And tell yourself, say I'm called. Fifi, you are not selling yourself. Say I'm called. Very good. 6, he chose you for a high calling of priestly work. Some of you, your family, the foundation of your father's house is waiting for you to answer. He's waiting for your next level. Guess what? You see those times you pray, you study the word, you fellowship with God. Do you know what you are doing? You are wearing your priestly garment. You are building capacity. Every time you go there, some of you don't know, you wear ephod. Some of you wear the Urim and the in the realms of the spirit. You don't know what you're doing. You are building yourself. And you are wearing your priestly garment. In the realms of the spirit, the priestly garment, those are spiritual works. It takes prayer, the study of the word, deep worship. And every time you wear the garment, authority. I love God. You are called because you have been chosen. It's a high calling. It's a high calling. It is a high calling. The calling to be a priest before the Lord is a high calling. Leaders, hear me. The calling to come here to see CHM to serve is a high calling. I will never trade this call to be a honorable member. Never. Because I've got the power that honorable members will come and look for. When they come, they'll say, good morning, man. When the senators come, even the president, good morning, ma'am. Good to meet you. Charcoal branders. Because when they come, if that what's that senators that had the daughter sick, that wanted to do heart transplant? What if that lady came? They brought the girl and I laid my hands. She became healed. Anything I say will be enough. It will be a command to that man forever. This call that you are called to is a high calling. Don't trade the fact that you are not there yet. You are still in the school of the spirit and you're still learning. Doesn't make you a fool. Don't fool yourself. Don't go looking and be misbehaving. No! It's a high calling. Decorate it well. I carry God with dignity anywhere I go. Oh, trust me, I do. I celebrate him in my heart with dignity. Even when I like to do the thing, there are times I like to punch my children. And then I remember, I'll just hold myself and I'll be counting 1 to 10. I'll be bearing in my spirit. So come, do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? I'm not that calm in my spirit. I'm managing myself. The priestly office is a high calling of God. Don't trade it for anything. Don't trade it for money. Don't trade it for sex. Don't trade it for alcohol. Those things are good, but they are not experienced. Listen, it is sick. Get rid of those attitudes. You would need to get rid of those attitudes. You know why? Because the call that you are called on is a high calling. Do you know what the Bible said? The Bible said that Moses came down from the mountain and the people couldn't touch the mountain. For anybody who touched that mountain that Moses came down from would die. Listen, and in Hebrews, the Bible says in Hebrews chapter 12, it said, for we are called unto a higher calling than that of Moses. He said the call that we have now is a higher calling than that of Moses. So if they couldn't touch the mountain, how be it us that carry the presence, his fragrance, then they can't touch us. I didn't come to preach, I came to teach. But you know what? It's a high calling. A high calling. See some of you have Jesus and you are playing with him in your life. Today, I dare here, another day. I dare here, another day. Sorry to use the word. You are fooling yourself. And before you know it, time will be gone. And it will be too late for you. Yield. The earlier you start yielding, the better for you. Yield. It's a high calling. It is. Criteria of being the chosen one. One, he chose you to be a holy people. Yeah. You must be holy. That's what the Bible is saying. 1 Peter 2 verse 9. You are God's instrument to do his work. That's number two. He chose you because he wants you to do his work. Somebody tell yourself, say, God chose me because he wants me to do his work. Say it again. Can you please write it on your book? Some of you, they'll call you to lead prayers. You see where I am, I'm so busy. You don't know what you are doing. I wish you understand. Let me tell you. Do you know how dear God is to me? I can park my car. If anybody calls me, if it is a kingdom job, I'm parking my car. That's how much I respect God. I can park my car if it has to do with the kingdom, that is not business. If it's business, it will wait. But if it is a kingdom thing, I nearly cut some people's neck yesterday because they didn't go for evangelism. The anger at which I was screaming at them. You know why? Now the way you take God home, they take you. One day, a sister or a friend of mine, she's here, she called me, said, Pastor D, when I see you in those days, the way you take when you know well, you go church, you go look for God, you go follow God, you go see they do God work. Even when you they sick, I say no, this woman, no, this woman, no. Something must. This the way this woman they love God. No. I know say so. I know say go reach this point. That's what she told me. See, God holds me to high esteem. You know why? Because I hold him to high esteem. Because of God, I would rather not buy myself that thing to please the next person that he said I should give. Even when I'm hungry. I used to tell them, I say, it's not like I have so much money, but I have a heart to give. And I love God. Don't play with this calling that you've been called. It's a high calling. And God called you to do his work. You shouldn't be, if you truly love God, you shouldn't be reminded. You shouldn't be reminded. You shouldn't be reminded. You shouldn't be reminded. Let every other thing go and die. You see, God comes first for me. Before, in those days, it wasn't like that until God said, don't work. I thought I was going to die. And guess what? Oh, I thank God that I even did that practice then. Because now, I stopped my business because I'm working on CHM, doing CHM work, trying to lay a solid foundation on CHM. So I've stopped business for a while now. Going to how many months? Going to more than 7 months now. I've not been doing business. So how would I have coped if I did learn supernatural supply 6-7 years ago when God said stop working? And he taught me how to depend on him. You know you have a call. You are asking everybody about, hey, what do you think about Michael? What do you think about Michael? Now we call you. Now me call you. In those days when I used to tell the women, I said, oh, you have a call. Oh. In their mind, I know they'll be saying, and you know the fun, good thing is that the Holy Spirit will tell me in their mind, say, this one is just looking at you and laughing and saying, let this woman just finish talking. When she's done, I'm leaving. So one came one day and said, do you know what? I went to Mountain of Fire for deliverance. When I was done, I went to see one of the pastors. He just saw me say, wait till you they oh God. God they call you. Oh. I say, so the pastor told you that. See, yes. So he just go down on me that, you know, Pastor Daisy, I've been right in my mind. I say, hey, everything when you they tell me, Pastor Daisy don't tell me finish. Yeah. I looked at her, I said, I thank God. Yeah, I thank God for you. I'm sure that's when she now sat down and said, hey, wake up. You've got a call. When someone is calling, if your mother calls you and you don't answer, will she be happy? For example, I'm calling my daughter, Jeru, and she's standing here. She can't even try it. Because when she was small, 2 years would have been very hot for that kind of thing, and she doesn't like to try things again. Maybe I'm calling Jeru. I say Jeru, 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 Jeru. My pastor told us of a story of a woman she met at a wedding, and the woman was trying to introduce her family to my pastor, and then her son. He said, hey, meet my son, Stephen. Stephen turned his back and was looking this way with a phone. So, my pastor Opiaga, very funny woman. He said the woman, they said, Stephen, come and greet pastor. Oh, Stephen. Oh, this thing, Stephen face like this. Stephen, are you not the one I'm talking to? Stephen, I said, come and greet pastor. And then my pastor. She used to breed women. Oh, God. Sister, come. You sure say na Stephen be in name? He say, yes, ma. Oh, yeah, call him now. Stephen! My pastor say, come. Now your picking be that. Say, now your picking. Now you the causing so. Okay, no problem. Stephen, God bless you. I don't go. He says, sister, you go come see me on Thursday for office. Say yes, ma'am. I love my pastor. She came back after that Thursday. After talking to the woman, she came to the service and finished women. If your child at 5 years old cannot hear his name once or twice, you are finished. You've done no job on that child. Indiscipline. Children cannot even try because their ears, you know, in those days when they were small, like 2-3 years, the ears would have been very hot. So when they remember the hot ears, yes, mom. Criteria of being a chosen one. One day my daughter was sending her friend behind my car. She didn't know I was hearing. Say, this girl was saying, my mom spanked me. I'm not happy. You know, all these spoiled children. My daughter don't love me. What did she say you did? He said, why did you even do that? They were now scolding her. You wouldn't have done that. That wasn't right. That means what she did was really wrong. My daughter just if you live with my mom. One day my mom flogged me, no slippers. She flew. I can never forget that day in my whole life. The girl said, what did you do? I can't remember what I even did. She just called one thing. Meanwhile, what she said and I flogged her for was nothing compared to what that girl had done. See, imagine, for that reason. So if you're in my house, your brain would have... No. So if you're in my house, you would have been okay by now. You can't do that too. Then my niece was in the car. And I said, your brain for don't mend by now. You know, fit now. Your brain, therefore, don't rearrange and for don't reset. You know, get sense. Why you go do that kind of nonsense? You know, they were not just telling the girl, say, you serious? But your mom doesn't look good. I say, forget my mommy. It's one that she's laughing in front of the house. I was driving. I said, who's going to eat chocolate? They say, me. My daughter will be saying the telling that my Lizzie, my friend, you don't know my mama. Discipline. Some of you, because you were not disciplined as children, you are still not disciplined as adults. You can't discipline yourself. Talk anyhow. Some of you, everything you are doing is on Facebook, on status. They know you're going out and you're coming in. Waiting happen. Come on now. Get some life. Keep some secret. The day I'm going to video CHM and I post it, people will shout. They don't even know what is happening behind the scene. And I like that. Discretion. Finish before you announce. Some of you truncate your destiny, truncate your blessing because you put it on status first before you even start to execute it. It can never work. Because guess what? There are 1,000,001 people who are waiting to see you fail. See, only celebrate your victory there. Don't go there and write your plans. He's a foolish man that goes to status and writes her plans, his plan. Even me, I'm way behind status. So it is an old clip. I'll say late post. My own is late post on my Facebook. I've been writing late post. You know why? I don't even have time to post them. Even when I have the time, the program will be done. When I'm back from that program is when I post. I don't post when I'm in the program. Yeah. Have you seen some Facebook demon that strut to programs from the Facebook? They will strut to the program. Oh, you don't know spiritual things. When you are done, you go there and celebrate your victory. Be disciplined. Criteria of being a chosen one. You are God's mouthpiece. You are to tell others of, number 4, you have to tell others of the night, and you have to tell others of the night and day difference he made for you. Number 5, God expects us to live an exemplary life amongst the natives, our tribe. So your actions will refute their prejudice. That means he expects you to live right so that the way you're living your life will make others to work uprightly. 6, God expects you to be good citizens. Respect authority in whatever levels. That means respect authority, government, elders. We should be good example. That's what God is saying. He wants you to live a life on earth that will make people say, okay, these are the believers. This is how they live. Do you know? They are very Do you know that the Bible says, for it shall be said of Daisy, for this man was born there and that man was born there. He said it should be said of Zion. That Daisy is from Zion. So, hey, no wonder. You would have told me now. If you had told me that she's from Zion, I would have known that's why. Haven't you seen some children, when they are doing some stuff, you will hear people saying, our father is the pastor of, hey, no wonder. Grace. They will just say grace. Is it not? Why? Zion. So we will be an example to others. God expects you to treat everyone you meet with dignity. With dignity. God expects you to reverence him and love. 8 now, God expects you to reverence him and love your spiritual family. 9, God expects those who you are servants or those who are servants or workers to be good together. God expects those who are servants or workers to be good servants and good servants to their masters. So God expects you, if for example you are working in a company, God expects you to be a good servant to your boss. So respect your boss. That's the only way you can you don't need to tell your boss you are a Christian. Let your boss be able to say, what church do you attend? He will ask you that question. Why? Because of your attitude. Your attitude. Can I help you, ma'am? You see some children, very cultured. Can I help you, ma'am? I've been teaching my children that when you see somebody, just to help. Just help. Can I help you? Can I help you carry the child? Can I help you feed him? I always tell them, right from when they were little. My daughter won her manifesto when in her primary school because everybody said the little ones, the toddlers, all loved her. Why? Because every time she closes, she will go to the toddler school to go and help the minors to take care of the toddlers. So they were growing now and they were growing into year 1. So they just loved her by default. She'll be helping them. Do you want to pull? Man, please, can I help you? Everybody knows her. Everybody knows her. So when she was in year 6 and she was going to be a prefect, the second girl, my other daughter said, she's going to win because everybody loves her. I said, why? I said, that's true. Everybody loves her. She's the most popular person in my school. Why? Because she loves you. When children are when they are coming into school, she helps parents to carry their children in. Can I help you, ma'am? Let me help you with the box. Oh, why are you crying? Let me help you. You know, it didn't fall from heaven. She was taught. So I used to also tell her, for example, as we are walking into service, I say, Auntie Ustabola is here with her children. Jiru, help her with the children, all right? Say, yes, ma'am. And you'll be seeing her going out to help him. Can I carry him? Okay, why are you crying? She's not just coming to meet you. I need to do some reminder. Because if you can't be a good daughter, you can't be a good mother, and you can't be a good priest, you can't be a good leader. Learn those things is important for you. There are times you just have to tell yourself and learn some basic courtesies. Just learn. Just learn. Listen, some of us were not taught, yes, but learn. Learn. Stop being rude. Stop being arrogant. You talk arrogantly. There are people, right? You don't want to be around them, not because you don't like them, but you try to avoid them because they are rude, they are arrogant. Why there are people when you hear them come, you say, wow, you're excited. Because they are rude. Any word that comes out of their mouth is like a venom from a serpent. And truly, many of them are serpents. That's why they talk like that. Spiritual serpent, and that's the truth. Listen, if you are here and you are going to be a leader and you need to work. You tell yourself, hey, shut up. Shut up yourself before you even before you start talking. Some of you, I read your write-ups. You trust Pastor Daisy. Once I read and the thing does not add up, straight to your DM. What is that? What did you just write there? Come on, pull it down, my friend. What example are you showing? Some of them come to meet me in the office without shoes. Go back, come wear your shoe. Yes, ma'am. So when they see me coming, they wear their shoe. Because you hardly see my toes. Hardly. Except when I'm in my house. Or except when God says, pull your shoes and you're on the holy ground. There's a dimension of power that would come and God will tell me, off your shoes now. That means where I'm standing is where I am is, I don't know how to explain it though, but that's how it works in the spirit, and then I'm off my shoes. But if not, you can never see my toes. Have you ever seen the toes of a king before? Do you see the toes of a king? How about the toes of a queen? Do you? Why? Because they are queens. Because they are well cultured. Your own is to wake up, wear slippers, walking about. Listen, even if you are wearing slippers, let the slippers be slippers and let the occasion calls for it. But if it doesn't call for it, look, during the week you have got no business wearing slippers. It's the truth. Even if your business requires that you dress casually, wear sneakers. The sneakers is a corporate casual, right? And then look corporately dressed. So that when you meet people and you're telling them, so I sell clothes. They say, you say, what kind of thrift or new clothes? New clothes. And then you know that you've already goofed because you're already looking like someone who sells thrift clothes. Second-hand clothes. Not that it's bad. But if you are selling something, look the part. I'm becoming harsh, but that's what you need. You need it. You need to wake up and learn some courtesies. Learn to fix your hair properly. Learn to look beautiful. Doesn't cost anything. It costs you to just put a little more effort and time. I study more now. I'm still studying. Because where I'm going is so far. I was telling one woman yesterday, I said, Madam, only me, I do my wig by myself. I don't give my wig out to people to do. She said, why? I said, because I learned how to do my wig by myself. When I don't have time to go to the salon, I just pick my wig, I will wash it, I'll style it, I'll tongue it, I'll do it nicely. She said, I said, yes, so even me, I went to learn how to make up, so I do it everything myself. She said, is it because of money? I said, money care. It's not money. Do you know that when I travel, I don't need anybody? I don't need to be looking for who is doing makeup in this, what they call this stand again. Kafachan, say, hey, we don't have makeup artists. No. I carry my bag with me. When I get there, because even when they will even bring a makeup artist, they can even bring a witch on the line. Because they know you want to come and destroy the witches in that town that day. To avoid all those rubbish, I draw my pencil by myself. Lane! You're going somewhere. Not be everything with mouth. I see mouth they talk. Full stop. Think and first for your head before your mouth talk come out. Some of you, it's only when Pastor Daisy is around, you talk, you are cautioned. If I don't do there, the way you even wash all the leaders, don't talk of even yourself. When you are even talking about people, please be looking at yourself. Say, child, me, never even look myself finish. Can't they curse this woman? Sometimes when I want to